Good morning, Ashish. Hello, team.
Good morning.
How are you?
Just give me a minute.
Sure. If all of you could come on video, that would be great for each one of us. Let's get started.
Yeah, practice.
So we have more participation, not just parents. Welcome, Sarika. Hi, buddy.
Hello.
So today I saw one question that popped up from Monica. I am expecting her to join. Anybody else who are present here has any question?
Yeah, Rashmi, I put it in the chat as
Oh,
well,
you did?
and in the message actually. So I just
Okay.
wanted to know, like, how do we make our kids, feel more responsible for their own tasks? Like small things, like not related to studies, but small things we just tell them, okay, do this or finish this. And then they ignore, even if you like couple of times of reminding, are you doing, and giving them the time and space as well. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
to do their things on their own. So, but still they kind of, it's okay not to do kind of an attitude. That's one. And also I like to know, like, how do you keep them, feel curious for the things they are doing? Not studies, nothing, but even for, life skills or any kind of things. Because I understand that we are learning, they're too young to learn things, but still curiosity is something which helps everywhere. Maybe
Mm.
whatever you do, whatever things it is. So I just want to know. So these two questions were kind of for me, I'm thinking right now.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure it's not just Asima who is experiencing this. Anybody else here experiencing what Asima is?
Little bit.
Okay. All right. So it's how long have you been experiencing this, Asima? Or every other parent?
It's been long time, I would say, from like, yeah, maybe sometimes I feel to kind of scolding kind of a things to go there, but then I pull myself back, like if that will be, I mean, strict parenting or something. But in spite of that also I've tried that as well, but sometimes it doesn't work. So it's
Right.
not new, it's been
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
from long time. Yeah.
Yeah. And for all those other parents who are not in a situation or choosing not to come on video for whatever reason, at least participate through the chat so it becomes more interactive. And I'm sure what Asima is sharing is applies to everyone. How many years can you put it in chat? Have been experiencing the challenge? Because this is not a one-time thing, Asima. It's a pattern, and probably all through as soon as your child becomes 5 or 6, you start seeing these things.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Right.
And it doesn't stop at elementary, middle, or high school unless it's fixed. So what you are going through, I understand, and I've been in the same boat. And parenting always seems to be confusing because none of us got training. I wish what I'm able to provide now to my community of parenting, I wish I had this, as a blueprint, as a GPS, so I would be even, much better parent. So I understand what you're going. Why do you think this is happening? Why you in the role of a parent not being able to?
Sometimes, like we say to do them, and at the end, if they do not, at the end I'm doing it. It's kind of
And
is what I'm feeling. So I ask her many times, couple of times, and then if she doesn't, then I do finally. So at the
mm,
end, after yeah. So I feel maybe one reason could be that.
yeah, yeah, right. And I see some of the Pushpinder, you're responding in chat, and others. I would like to see how long have you guys been experienced? How many years? And the reason behind this is it's not like, oh, because my child is in fourth grade or, he or she is a teen or preteen, it's happening. Because the step one for any improvement in life is awareness. Would you agree? If we are not aware of the issue, what we are handling, it's becomes difficult. What are you fixing? And this is not like a one parent experiencing, it's the story of every single household, irrespective of geographical locations or countries or, even cultures. It's not just, it's somewhere less, somewhere more. It depends on our culture, what most of the times Asians or Indian here, most of us, like, how we were raised. And we just have that blueprint from our parents, how to use it. And we like to feel that it worked for us in the sense like, we surrendered, we followed, and everything. And the biggest question is then why the same blueprint is not working for my child? Why am I struggling? And why am I, does, does that keep make you frustrated, Asima? And I'm just having you on the spot.
Sometimes definitely. Like how many times I have to remind her to do the small task. I mean, hardly it takes time, or sometimes he can also find some time to do that. Kind of very small things. Like, can you just put the things every time you use it and put it back where it belongs? And then it will be lying. Then if when I need something, I have to ask her where. Say, I don't remember. You have to look around. That's also like this is one small example, kind of a.
Sure, absolutely. What do you think it's costing you as a parent?
Sometimes it's like irritate why I have for the small thing why I have to spend so much time. I have to put so much effort to figure out where it is or kind of a thing. Yes,
It's time, anger, frustration,
frustration. Yes.
irritation.
Yeah. And when she will learn this, when she will be capable of doing
It
things, and
it
yeah.
just doesn't end in that
And
moment, but it
yeah.
creates a bigger worry.
Yes, definitely. Because if now she is later on also other things will come or bigger things will come, and then she'll be also doing the same with that as well.
Right,
So yes.
right. So there's a future worry each parent carries. What will happen to my child? How will he or she handle things? Because we all know by experience, bigger things are coming as our kids grow or once they get out of. The biggest worry or a nightmare parents have is what happens when my child leaves for college, right?
And
What's the wor What's the worry, Asima?
like when I'll not be there, who is gonna tell her to do things?
Hmm,
And how will she gonna manage things
hmm.
then?
And what if she doesn't manages things then?
I mean, I mean, I don't know how this will impact her in every aspect of her
Yeah,
life,
yeah,
not just yeah.
right. And yes, Sarika, go ahead.
I think in that case, I'm pretty sure when we are not when we see, like, even for myself, if somebody is not there to push me for something and I know I need to do something, um I ended up doing that. So I think if we worry about, like, who is going to handle the situation, when time comes, they will handle that, I believe. That's my opinion in that case. It's just my worry that who is going to help or who is going to push my child to do things and not to do things. I think when time will come like that, they will handle things.
That's true. So I want each one of you to imagine. I'm assuming each one of you is driving a car or a vehicle, correct? Right now? I want you to imagine two scenarios. Scenario number one, your child is 18 plus, gone out for college, and your child, whether a boy or a girl, is behind the wheel and driving a car. Scenario number one. And before your child gets onto that future point, you as a parent made sure that you have given your child driving lessons, getting them familiar, how to be behind the wheel, how to drive, where is the accelerator, where is the brake. You have made them familiar, given them a training so they can be a good driver. Scenario number two, their biological become 18 plus and they have no driving training or skills and they are behind the wheel. I want your feedback and response. What are your thoughts in scenario number one? And I want actually you to visualize your own child. It's not a generic thing. I want you to think of your son or daughter for them behind their wheels, where you have offered them training versus no training. And I would like to hear what you have to say.
I mean, I would say like that in the second class, I would not send her at all.
But she's already out in college, Asima. So it's not, you don't have
Oh,
the
you don't have, I don't have the
control
option.
whether to send or not.
Okay.
Please go ahead and just unmute yourself and share.
Hi, Rashmi. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Sorry, I cannot come on camera, but I think if it was the scenario with me and my kids, my daughters are in college and I have not trained them, knowing myself, I would be like freaking out. Like, how will they? Uh, but maybe, I think I'm still working on this fact that I will trust that, they will take care of themselves. But the first instance would be, oh my God, that's what my reaction was. Without training, if now they are driving, like, just that visualization. Yeah, it's
So, Shamika, I'm taking you. Scenario one, they have taken all the driving tests, they have passed, they've got a license, and they're behind the wheels. As a mother, will you ever worry that they might ever have accident or will it be accident-free life?
I won't worry because I think they have had the training. So
Right.
I'll be at, I'll be a little more confident for sure. But yes, again, like
Absolutely.
because I
And
provided the training, right? Yeah.
absolutely. And without training, they're sitting there because there are a bunch of friends, everybody's in college. We are independent now. Let's get behind the wheels and let's start driving.
No, yeah, that is definitely something like absolutely not trained and not ready. So I
Right.
would be freaking out, definitely.
How often? What would be your freaking thing from 1 to 10?
Oh my God, Rashmi, knowing me, I would be at the nine. Yeah, definitely. That's a scary thought, also.
Okay. And that's how many times most of the parents, just because they are not aware, let their kids go in the real world
Yeah,
without much empowerment that we have the option to provide early on for a very short frame of time that we get with them.
right.
And we don't even realize. And then, it's like, I call it a Niagara Falls syndrome. Imagine you're in a boat and you are, rowing the boat and it's a Niagara Fall and you don't realize that there's a deep fall and you reach the end, you're standing on that edge and there's nothing else beyond, and there's no possibility of going back. And the only option is things will fall down. Instead of that, if you were aware, you can't avoid the fall. If you were aware way ahead and you train and you prepare What are the options? What are the safety measures? How can I do? Can I have a life jacket on? Can I have even a parachute when things fall down? Can I, multiple scenarios. That's how exactly life is, like Niagara Falls syndrome. It doesn't come with advance warning. It hits us whether we are prepared or not. So as parents, what I have learned and what I offer in my community is how can we get better prepared? Because the questions that we are discussing are universal and are real. These are not hypothetical cases. Your worries are very genuine and real, but there is no way to avoid. And there's something I have been like, as a parent, I've been disturbed for last couple of days, and I'll share that more with you as we go on after we answer the questions. And I'm sure that's a worry for each parent. So my all focus is how can we empower our kids early on and offer them training. Anybody else, not actually anybody, I want each one of you to participate, and I want you to tell what are your thoughts about scenario 1 and 2, where your child is behind the wheels, with training and without training. Hey Arya, go ahead, please guys, go ahead and just start sharing. Hey Arya, you're muted.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Yeah, as everyone, I'm listening to question from recording also here, and I've gone through all those steps in that. And now my daughter is 17, so I'm going through different scenario totally. So that's totally understandable. What I found it, as you said, the driving scenarios, first and second cases, where now it's past. Now she's 17, so we more discuss for the things is as either it's about to come, it's or it is already happening. So we are open to, I have given the privilege to her to speak more than I have speak more. This is the
Hmm.
one thing I have found out in the past few years. So let child speak first. Let child comes with their inputs, because because now if you see the child, they think we know more than the parents. So let them know what they know, that what I found it. But now, because we have so many tools and all learned about, and we implemented, especially I implement so much in NLP on myself first, rather than putting on her. The I'll come to the part of the driving part where we discuss about, yeah, I as a mother I will also worry about these things, but until unless I will not send, if I will not tell my bird to fly, how the bird will fly? But in the same time, I will give the prop, I will, whatever the I knowledge I know, whatever I assume the knowledge from others, I'll put in on her, like a dining table with the lots of variety. These are the varieties going to happen for you in the future. It's up to you, because child should know what is the, that's why, because what I understood for the past few years, we most of the parents are not open to talk for everything. Either it's about the sex, either it's about the drink, either it's about, because they are also little bit tired ki, how we'll talk about that, how we will that. So what I identify, we have to talk about that until unless they, because either of the one parent they are close to, either the father or the mother. So before talking to parent child, we I always talk to my husband. You should know what she's going through, I should know what she's going through, and let her decide where she's comfortable with. Because now these what will say, oh, why we talk to father? But as a mother, there are so many mothers in the world who say that no, you should not talk to the father like this, and no. Let the open, because what I found, that home is the place where they find the safest place, where we are giving them to space to do the mistakes too. Otherwise, they will not do the mistakes, right? They will, when they are doing the mistake, they go to the mistake and they'll say that I don't have a safe place, so where could I go for that? And for the driving part, with the people go around the world, that also I have educated her. When you go to the college, you have an open space. Either you go for a love affair, either you go for a, you have the options. Either you go for a love affair, you will get the option for the sex too, right? When the boy comes, suddenly will say that, what is your take? This is the first take, this is the I always give the options to her. You have this option, this option, this option. And this option having this disadvantages, advantages, this option having disadvantages, disadvantages. Where I found it, child is so intelligent to know that what they want in this world. because when I remember my time when we don't know this option and we don't know when this situation comes how we will handle. And really I don't know about that. When I was in my masters, come to know that कि बच्चा कहाँ से आता है, because I hate science. I never gone through
Yeah,
that perspective because I don't
right.
want to know that.
True.
And one of my senior told me, "You stupid girl, you this is the process of the having the baby."
Yeah.
So that's what I found in so many years. We have to open with the child in the every stage of life.
Yeah.
Suppose your child is 8 year old, you should also go for research to read more about that. कि 8 year को क्या क्या चाहिए, what they want to go through, what they wanted. And now, if you ask me why, what I am facing right now, it's totally opposite of all these questions because I'm going through pre-menopause scenario these days. When my child comes for conversation, I'm in my different zone, and that conversation gets the heated arguments because she's also in the different hormones. I'm also in different hormones, and the hormones are getting clashes.
Well,
So I want, so I'm, that's why how Asima told Sarika and all these people, saw the question. So I thought that let me put that, speak to kids openly, give the space for the freedom of speech. Ki, yeah, my mom is there to listen, my father is there to listen more instead of judging them. As Asma said, they're not. Asma, I also gone through that when my child is not listening and not taking that. But I give it the freedom to her. It's your life. But what I observe it when I am not around, if you step out from the house for some day, maybe 1 day or 2 day, I observe that then you are not in front of, because they take you as a granted, but they are very aware what my parents are doing and all. And when I step out, I know my house will, when I come back, I'll see my house the same way I have kept it, because I know she has arranged everything properly how I do. She is observing, but she don't want to do because my mother is there in front of me. That is a different challenge.
and the funny thing is, none of us are prepared for any day. Every day it's a different challenge. And we are going through our journey, they are going through our journey, and it's going to happen this way and it doesn't stop.
Yeah,
For
totally.
parents who have kids younger at home might think, I can't wait for them to be out so it's all over. Trust me, the only level it goes up, because until 18 they are in front of your eyes, you're getting frustrated. After 18, you're staying up 2 a.m., 3 a.m., wondering where are they, what's happening. And my personal experience working with thousands of kids, one of the assumptions we as parents have, like, I'm doing my best, I'm providing the best environment, the safest environment. Anybody feels that way? And I'll tell you, are you guys
But I never get from my parent. I'm giving more than that.
exactly? So I didn't get enough, but I'm giving so much more. We agree? You guys ready to hear what kids feel?
We're not
And
doing
that's
anything.
average. And it's not your child or my child or anybody's child. This is, I'm talking about thousands of data I have.
The way I used to feel about my parents, same way my kids are feeling.
So we think we are providing the safest environment. Our kids think this is not a safe environment where I can be myself. And that's where the gap happens. And that's where we get upset. Like, raise your hands if you think you have done this. I give you so much. I give you the freedom to talk. I'm spending so much time, energy, money, and you're still behaving this way with me. I didn't get any of this. And I was so thankful to my parents. I was listening. I didn't had a choice. I got beaten up by my parents in my generation. And anybody feels that way, right?
You think same word I already used there with my child.
So,
Me
and
too, me too.
the biggest disease we carry as a parents is a huge bold denial. We are so far away from the reality. We live in our old bubble. How good I'm not saying we are not doing. We are doing 10x what we received or what our previous generation did. But the gap actually is bigger than what it was between us and our parents. Is that what you guys feel that way? That's my observation. Then why? How? What? How much do I need to do? What else do I need to provide them? This is a spoiled generation. The more they get, the more thankless they are. And just wait till you become grandparents. Our kids will say the same about their kids. So it's historical. But that doesn't mean we should sit here helplessly and do because we are the one facing issues. It's not just about the nightmares or the parents whose kids are out or while they're facing. I mean, and I talk about personal experiences, what have happened with my clients or in my parenting community or teens community. Regular family, just like ours, the child was in my fun shop training. Fun shop is my signature program, what I offer for teens coaching. And this child, a girl, for all that reasons, there was such an argument. She has busted the wall with her bare hands. And I've seen that wall. And that child, if you really see, you would you would never believe. This is just a regular Indian family. This is just one scenario. And the biggest denial we have is it can't happen to my child. My child will never do that. Because that's in a way, it's a lie we keep telling ourselves. I've raised my child right. My child will never do that. He or she cannot do that. And when it happens, we are all shocked. I'm going to share my screen here because something has been very disturbing, and I'm sure most of you have experienced that. So, can you guys see my screen? Just give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. So what I've seen, what's disturbing is, raise your hand. How many of you have seen this? Anybody here saw this news of a teenager from New York who has been missing, I guess, from 9th of January? Nobody has seen it? Is it just me? Wow. Okay. So this, how old is he? 15 or 16 something? And this has been popping up and it has been so disturbing. So this child left on 9th January. Read the details. He left school without telling. He ran away, took a train, went to New York, was on the Manhattan Bridge. Then he shuts down his phone. A splash is heard. And since then, for the last 3+ weeks, police, his parents have been searching for him. And there have been different theories. First, initially, they thought it was last time I had mentioned, and Shamika or somebody had mentioned about the video game Roblox or something. So initially, police thought it was that game where he went to meet somebody. And now the theory is probably that's not the case. And so many things are unfolding. And you might say, yeah, that's a good, not good actually. That's a serious news. Yeah, I'm so sorry. How many in your mind are you saying, this won't happen to me? ये मेरे बच्चे के साथ नहीं होगा. This is not my child. Go ahead, Sarika.
For me, I feel like when I see this kind of news, I feel like, what if it happened to my child? how would I avoid and how should I avoid this situation that it would not happen with my child?
You're a step ahead, Sarika. You're more thinking on what if. Most of the time, parents are like, they look at it as news.
Hmm.
And we are in denial. This will never happen to my child. And trust me, his mom might have felt exactly the same until this happened. And now there are multiple things like, yesterday I read like there was an argument. Let me tell you, every child has a potential of going through this, not just this child. We don't want to, it's exactly like Niagara Falls syndrome. I don't want to even see anything. What can happen, what can go wrong until I hit the edge and then I hit down. And just seeing this, and when you see this in, Facebook, the algorithm is keeps popping up. These are in the last 3 to 4 days. 29 January 2026, 12 January, 28 January. And this is popping up in my feed. 17-year-old, 16-year-old, 16-year-old. And this is all in the last 1 week. 12-year-old, 16, 13. It became so much, I just couldn't take it anymore. I'm sure there are, more double digit such news out there. And it might look like more of a stereotype, either black or white kids, but the first one is Asian. And trust me, when we live out of India, things are changing in India drastically too. It's not like, things are only happening in US, Europe, or Canada. But it's a denial. We are far away from this. Instead of that, if we connect to it and see how can we empower our child before this happens, is what my life's work has been. It's not if your child will hit an issue. It's when they hit, are they ready? When my child is behind the wheels, is my son or daughter ready to drive? What can I do as a parent? Because I feel that's my biggest role, to equip my child early on, to empower my child early on. The real example is my daughter has gotten her license. My son has never taken his license because he was out of the home. He has been on his journey early on. And I'm so thankful, not that he doesn't have a license, for him to have an understanding. I had offered him after he was 17 or 18, hey, do you want to get your license? He's like, no, mom, I'm not going to get my license. And some parents might think, why not get it? He's like, mom, I know myself. He's in his meetings 18 hours a day, back to back. I've seen him even when we drive to airport, he's on a call, client call. In the cab, he's on a call. He's like, I know my lifestyle. I'm on a client call. Imagine when I am so busy and occupied in my work and in my business. Can you even imagine the disaster that can happen me behind the wheels? I'm going to crash right here and there. And I'm so thankful that he's aware of that, his limitations, that he is not the right person to get behind. I mean, if you see our tax accounts, we have spent $15,000 to $20,000 on his Uber every year. That is the cheapest investment I can make as a mother, because my child is safe. Not just my child is safe, he's saving the world. He's not behind the wheels and, hurting or damaging or killing other people, because he's irresponsible. And that's what I feel I call empowerment. It's not everything you have to do, it's knowing what I should do, what I can do, and what I shouldn't do. That doesn't mean he'll never drive. That just means he's protecting himself, having that idea. Which 18 or 20-year-old boy will not feel like driving a, SUV or something? He's able to control that temptation of driving because he knows he's going to hurt himself and he will hurt others. And this has been bothering me. And I want the reason I'm sharing these pics for you to think what it is we can do in our short frame of time that we get with our kids. And that's where this platform we have all created here. And that's where I'm welcoming you. Another thing I feel specifically for our IMK family, we probably have, I think, at least more than 1,000 parents for sure, easily, right, Arya? We have such a big community there. And I feel, how can we invite all of them here? We are here probably on 55 or 60 people. And Arya, maybe you being a senior IMK member can guide us all here how we can invite other parents so we all can build not just learning our NLP or Ho'oponopono or anything, but how can we build a strong parenting community, can be relaxed as parent and can also help our kids early on. So my request here is, ask your questions, share your takeaways. It's for you. It's for you and to share. And how can we invite other IMK parents? And Arya, correct me if I'm wrong here, or guide us. I'm thinking as you guys share your takeaways here on our WhatsApp group, how can you go ahead and share on other platforms, whether it's whatever. Now things are changing even in IMK. I'm not in very constant touch where you can put it out there. So, because many times most of the parents are not even aware we are doing it here and we are doing it just for our IMK family. So, Arya, I'm looking at you for any guidance there.
As Mitesh and Indu always have made it, that is their personal platform. We cannot
Sure.
do it. But within the groups, they are in
Yeah.
US also the learning groups and all
Right,
created.
right.
I
Yeah.
yesterday saw that Raj has sent it the message to each group. Raj Kannan, I think,
Yeah.
send it the message. So it's like that we can put it, and
Right.
the other way can, because all are connected in the social media also, Instagrams, Facebook, that
Right.
also we can connect, or in person if people are connecting with each other, then
Right.
we will pass on that to people ki, you can join over there
So
this.
let's all do that, guys, so that we can, invite more, share more. Because if when Asima asks today or Arya shares her experience today, it's not just for Arya, it's helping each one of us. Even if you are not there at that stage, that's the whole purpose of community. So you can look forward to, because I know Asima's daughter is younger than Arya's daughter, but there
Yeah.
is so much, information we can share or experience that can help each one of us. So what our purpose is, what's happening here, and these are the patterns, and we know better than anybody else out there in world how to recognize patterns, how to utilize our patterns, and how to create new patterns. And that's the whole purpose of this group here, so that we can interact and make our life easier.
Mm.
And I guess Monica had her question, what I see, and I haven't seen, guys, the WhatsApp group here while I'm here. It's difficult to focus, but I see a lot of thing, and maybe we can cover it in the next time. But I'll just focus on Monica's thing, what she had mentioned. I'm facing challenge that I'm not able to control my anger towards my elder son. Sarika, go ahead. Sorry.
Uh, I have a question I didn't ask sometime before because my kid was here. So, I need, he's going to be 13 this year. And I talked to him, then I realized that, okay, kids like since 10, 11, they started having like uh, kind of girlfriend, boyfriend kind of structure already have started. So how can I educate my child um, to decide what is right, what is wrong, and what he's supposed to do and what he should not influence by his friends at this age? Um, Also, when he is doing something, example, he had an exam and then he didn't go to one of the class by saying, "Okay, Mama, I has to prepare my for my exam." Then just randomly, I checked his history Then I realized that instead of preparing for exam, he spent most of the time watching YouTube or playing the game. So though I prevented, but how it going to impact that prevention, how it going to impact his thoughts, and how can I avoid that? So that is my concern. He is not watching now because when I caught him that he stopped, he's spending more of the time with us before no. But again, like I'm still feeling like what he might be thinking that I blocked him, not strongly, but I said, you're not supposed to do that. You broke my trust because I see my friends, they have uh, control over their kids fully. Like if they want to allow 15-minute watch, they can just watch 15-minute only. But those kids outside, they are totally different. But what I feel, I would not say that my child can't do that similar thing, but I know his behavior. He's quite child and he's same in school also. So how he's at home, he's outside. See. But the kids who are like in more restrictions, they are different totally outside. So my again question like that prevention can provoke him to do things without my knowledge, and how can I prevent him not to influence by things which he not supposed to do it? Or if he feel like okay, I should also have the girlfriend, then he have the right mindset to decide what is wrong, what is right.
I understand, Sarika, what you're feeling. And again, you're not alone. I'm sure every parent shares the feeling that you're feeling. Whenever I would drop my son to his middle school in sixth grade, when my daughter went to sixth grade, that's when smartphones started coming in and seeing. And when she was in sixth or seventh grade, I remember all the parents were lining up in front of Apple store in Bay Area to get phones for their kids, and everybody was showing off their phones. And
Mm.
my daughter came to me and said, everyone has a phone. I'm like, yeah, choose which family is willing to adopt you so you can go and be with them. And that's not happening with us. And like I shared in probably first or second session, we gave my daughter, who is the firstborn, phone in her 12th grade. And I still have that phone. I want to keep it as an antique piece. It was a slider phone, and she would not be careful about it. It was a free phone. And I scolded her one time, hey, you're not even taking care of your phone. She gave me a look and she's like, Mom, ready for this? Mom, even if this phone is found anywhere in my school, nobody will even touch it. They'll throw it in the trash. And I told her, if you're not, I mean, why are we wasting money paying for monthly? She's like, you are giving me phone because now you need to have more communication with me, not because you want to give me. So the reason I'm sharing real life story is because kids are smart, and she barely used that phone. And when I used to, my kids are 5 years apart. So when I would drop my son, I've seen him in the morning, all the kids sitting in front of the schools are head down and on their phone. Even if every child didn't had the phone, every child's head was down because they were looking at something somewhere else. And it's a tug of war. Rassi cage, how we pull between parent and child, and that's how it's going to be. And the best thing for us is to accept they are going to become stronger than us. Our brain tells us, I am stronger, I can pull you, I can control, I can do whatever I want. Trust me, my friend, it's the other way around. They are becoming stronger. If we want to be really an aware parent, I would highly suggest, and I do that for myself. Let's imagine our child is already living a dual life. We want to tell again, the denial part comes in. The way my child is at home, and Sarika, it's not just for you, it's for each one of us. We think we know our child. My child will never do that because we see others' kids, how they are at home and how they are at outside. Our child is not unique, not special.
Yeah,
It's just that it hurts my ego or my parenting skills that my child can be so different.
you're right.
It's how soon I become accepting of the facts, then I'll be able to help. And the thing is, how can you help is you can do your part. And controlling only works until, not even till 16, 17. And I'm sure Arya can asset to that. Controlling only works till 12, 13, 14, which we get fooled that I'm controlling. In their mind, you're not controlling. They are not because everybody else says this is what you typical hear. Everyone does it. What we have to do as parents is installing that empowerment software in their subconscious, not just conscious, in their subconscious to choose right versus wrong. The example I shared about my son, his ability to make sure that I will not be a good driver. Every child wants to drive, but I will not be knowing that. And that can be only done before, not after the damage is done. Yes, Arya.
As Sarika told, when I remember when my child was, I think around 5, 6, she was in the kindergarten, primary school, and she used to see my phone. She doesn't have a phone; she's very small, so she used to see my phone with the cartoons and all. One time, something pop up in the YouTube, and she just saw and closed it. I was not knowing till that time. But when I'm going through my YouTube, I was watching something. I want to see some other video. I'm looking for the history. That video I saw. But if you ask me, the old parents and the new parents might be shouting, "क्यों देखा? वो क्या किया? ऐसे किया?" And that time I was not knowing any techniques, no tools, nothing. So what I did, okay, I have not touched that topic that day. I had just calmed down. Okay, leave it, everything. Normal day has gone. Next day, when we are walking outside and all, so I just start communicating with her, stated, see, you see, we used to see so many YouTube video over there. Some are good, some are bad, some are, you should not see that. Why not? You know about this. Yeah, mom, I know that. Yeah, there are some videos which is for kids, which is for not. Okay, and you know that when the bad video, the not the, that time also not use the bad, because that also no, because there are videos which is not good for the kids or not for sometimes for the elders. What you do about that? She doesn't have the answer that time. And then I asked, I did you saw something in the YouTube while whenever you watching YouTube, any video pop up with you and you have saw that and all. She just amazed first. She's shocked little bit and she say, because she didn't tell me the before, and she said, "Yeah, Mama, I saw one video when I was scrolling and while watching the cartoon, that video pop up, but I close immediately." Like, okay, but it will come in future also. What you will do about that? Yeah, I know that I should not watch this. Like, why you should not watch this? Then she gave me the because she was small. It's a 5, 6 year old child. What she will give me answer. Then I have made her to sit and say, because there when you watch the video, I don't have any problem you watching video. I know you are watching this. I no, because I have to give the confidence to her too. But when after confidence, when I know that now she's good to listen, then I explained her. Then I think that age itself has started giving little bit as per her age. What is all these things about? It's about the what is the adultery, what is all this will come pop up. So I given her option. These are the option you will watch and you will pop up. This type of video will come which will tempt you to see कि क्या हो रहा है उसके अंदर, ठीक है? But there are the pros and cons of this, and I given her pros and cons for this. This type of videos will come. This is the pros for this, and cons will कि you will enjoy क्या हो रहा है कैसे, क्योंकि नई चीज है वो सब है. But उसके आपके cons क्या होंगे? Your brain will start reacting in different way, where it will affect. This is the disadvantage in your studies, in your life, in your all these scenarios in the simplest way, as simple as I can, because now we yeah, that time no tools, no NLP was there to make me to understand. But what I understood, that when she understood, when we open up with the kid in that age,
Yeah.
in future when she go out also, she see that okay, there are couples are kissing or something, she knows that they're adult and they're doing it, because we are in the environment here in United States, everything is open, right? So when you start doing that, as Sarika said, that instead of what I say restriction, yeah, you have to put the restriction, either is their 18-year-old or 21-year-old, they are our child, they know their limits, either you are friend with her, not friend. First of all, what I learned in the so many years, give your child this statement in straightforward, saying that I'm your mother, not your friend. But I only be the friend in some certain points, not always. But first thing, you have the boundary with me because I'm your mother. And when I'm saying that this restriction needs to be either you like it or not like it, these are the advantages, these are the freedoms for you, this is not the freedom for you. Until now I'm doing it, but there are different clashes in different way. But that moment when Sarika told that thing, what I observe is, you have to sit with the kid and open up with the things, but not in the very broader way, because that age is not the for the broader. You have, that's why I saw research is helped me so much to see that how can I help my daughter to listen, understand. Now coming to the driving part, Rashmi, yeah, I understood. And my daughter also came to straightforward. I'm very scared about driving. I don't want to learn it. And my husband said, okay, let's learn and have the license. So she said, no, when I'm ready, I'll come to you. But right now, I'm not ready. And we are not forcing her to do, but we are giving that when you go out in the world, when you have that option. So she gives little very hypothetical answer that, okay, I'll earn that much, I'll keep the driver. Because that point will come then when the come. What is the other option? Okay, there are cab drivers. So right now, me, my husband, is not forcing her to go to driving, because I know when we ready, then only we can put. Because what I know, when I'm a child, I was not ready for anything. One good thing happened. My parents never forced me. If I say no, I don't like it to do it, they did told me that I do it. But when I matured little bit, then I have learned myself and did it. So that privilege, I think we have to give our a child. Okay, if you don't want to learn it, don't want to do it, don't do it right now. But keep on giving the advantages and disadvantages every moment whenever you get the chance. That I learned it from from this time.
You
Because
said it so rightly, Arya.
every day is learning, every day,
Exactly.
every point is you have to learn and
Right.
give some feedback, that's it.
So true. So we parent how we were parenting, exactly how Arya shared. She wasn't forced into, so she extended that. But there are things which were not done right way for us. That doesn't mean that we can say, okay, mujhe nahi mila, so how can I pass on? It becomes our responsibility to learn those things. How can I equip my child? How can I learn? How can I first change myself? My mindset, how can I learn? Because until I learn, how am I going to provide that platform, that environment to my child? Just because I don't know doesn't mean that's okay. Unfortunately, it's not enough, no matter how much you do as a parent. So the best thing we can do is, we having an open mindset, we willing to learn. How can I get out of my comfort zone of my parenting? How can I transform from denial to acceptance? How can I say that I am also a regular parent and my child, there's a possibility my child might do everything right or wrong that I see in the outside world? Because once that openness is there, then you as a parent are willing to take step towards, whether it is learning from any expert or opening yourself up. And when you see that, you are trying to build the gap from your side and hoping and empowering your child while they are with you or even after they go, providing them by example so they learn, and hoping that this gap, where two people are as a parent and as a child, you want something, they are like headstrong in their own mind, whether they speak it or not, they are very clear what they want or not. When they are young, they can't speak. As they grow older, they'll be more vocal. And then this is so hurting, and you betrayed my trust, you broke my heart, and all that. and or what will happen, look at and compare and whatnot. We all know what all happens. How can we bridge this gap is the whole goal of parenting and building a strong relationship with child. And as we continue to grow, we'll be sharing more and discussing questions and offering more help here. Is that helpful to you guys? Has this been helpful? So before we end this call today, I again want to bring it up. Ashish has put up something. You suggest that if kids don't listen and ignore, you suggest that let them go in negative direction and they'll realize their mistakes, but it may be too late because damage could become irreversible. Completely agree with you, Ashish. Giving constant feedback is needed. However, what if they do not honor the feedback? And that's going to happen, Ashish. Again, so it's a teamwork. That's where I feel it's neither black or white. Should I tell or should I not tell? How much should I tell? How long? It's like driving. When you can't just go, I'm going at a speed of 50. Life is like that. Parenting is like that. I have to learn the art of parenting. How much to tell, when to tell. It's like pull and push constantly. There is no one fixed formula. It's the art of learning of parenting. Key, and every child is different. I'm sure kids who have one thing, a child thinks there's only one formula fits all. Trust me, if you have more than one child, you need to reinvent a different formula, different way to approach. So it's not about like, 2 plus 2 is 4. Understanding yourself, your personality, who you are, and what you know and what you don't know. How is my child? How is my child's personality? What are their patterns? How will they receive? Every child receives differently. How can I learn the ability, the language? It's not just like, French, English, or Hindi. It's the language, how I can communicate to the person so that I speak. And the key word here is, am I authentic in speaking? How many times we have seen in a movie or in real life scenarios? A phone call comes, the person on the phone tells the mother, I need to talk to the father. And the mother looks at the father says, tell her I'm not at home. And the mother goes and tells on the phone, oh, my husband is not at home. And the child is watching. And then the parents, mom and dad, go, honesty is a good policy. And the child is like, yeah, right. You're teaching me honesty and you lie. And we forget that we lie because we have a justification. So it's walking our talk. So am I authentic in my language to tell my kids? And understanding them and keep on, like Arya said, and like Ashish is reinforcing, keep on giving feedback. It's like, as a farmer, you sow the seeds, you're watering every day. You can't say, I watered, 1 week, done. Now I'm waiting for the fruits. What happened? Things, go bad. Even farmers face so many backslashes. So as a child, I feel my job is as a parent. How can I keep nurturing my child? There is only enough things I can give. What else can I provide the environment for my child? And that's where like I talk about coaching because I heavily believe in coaching. Like taking, I can only coach even though I'm a parenting and youth coach. My own kids will not take 100% from me. And thank God I'm aware of it. And thank God I invested early on with my kids, taking them everywhere. Not just time, energy, money, anything possible. Because when they will listen most of the things from the outside. How many times we as Asian parents invest in our kids to teach them, to take them to Russian math school or violin or something? How many times we invest in their personal growth and development? Are there even programs for kids? And even if they are, do we think it's important to invest? No, I want my child to get better at maths. Why? And you're not thinking wrong. Because if my child is good in maths, he can go to Harvard or Stanford or something they'll have a good life. Being in Bay Area, I've worked with most of the gold medalists from IITs and India, and many of them have been my own clients. They are so academically intelligent and they miserably fail in their real life, in their relationships, in their teamwork. I've had people have physical, ulcers in their stomach because they couldn't handle peer pressure. They couldn't handle how to lead a team in Silicon Valley. not because they were technically incapable. This is a gold medalist I'm talking about. So it's good that they are strong, but equally important is, are we raising well balanced human beings, not just a child? We are raising an adult, somebody to become an adult. And to be, we don't, that doesn't mean that your child is not going to do wrong. It just means that you are equipping your child with the knowledge and skills, life skills, how to handle. When they go through the driver training, they know how to, if somebody suddenly stops, to put the brake, because they're aware, they're taught this is a tool. Put your feet on the brake so it will stop the vehicle. And that's what we can do, Ashish. Like, we have to give feedback and they will ignore. And that's where the window, when your child is young, second, third, until fourth grade, sweet little baby. From fifth grade, things start shifting. And your window of influence starts reducing. There's only this window. And every year, that gap is reducing where child will listen to you. So the sooner we realize as a parent, let me give more skills, age appropriate skills, not really, adult talk, because then it's going off their head. So you as a parent have to equip yourself. How can you offer that? You have to change. And then bring a platform for your child so they learn not just from you, but even from outside appropriate things. And that's the best we can do as parents until they are there. With a hope that, once they go out of the home, that we are able to build that bond so they come back. Yes, Rishali.
Yes. So actually, as Ashish has mentioned, na, that constant feedback, as
Yeah,
Arya was mentioning, what I personally have experienced is, even if the child is not acknowledging that feedback at that point of time,
yeah,
he has grabbed that, and that gets reflected some other time. So we should not stop giving feedback. And
right.
that is what, as you have also emphasized on empowering them with skills, right? So we should keep on giving them that perspective. This is the this side of it and this side of it,
Yeah.
and then leave it to the child to decide in small things. And what I have personally experienced and implemented is, it depends on the intensity of that thing. That if brushing teeth is the simple example, sometimes initially I used to feel, no, that has to be done at the night, you have to brush your teeth. But then left that to him, let it's okay, do whatever you want, and now he is doing it consistently. So it's like, sometimes you have to decide how intense the thing is you want that to be done, or sometimes you can leave it to his experience. And that has helped me, so I thought of sharing that.
No, absolutely. And thanks for sharing, Rishali. I appreciate that because it helps everyone. Again, it's like a push and pull, how much to push, when to pull back, how much to pull back, so that, that connection is still there. And each one of us know we have experienced, and our kids, if they're vocal enough, they'll tell, stop
And in
lecturing me.
that, we are like making them responsible as well, as you are mentioning, that sometimes empowering with the skills. If
Yeah,
he is empowered with skills, then I know that he will drive well. But if
exactly.
he is not, and he is in a situation that he has to drive, then what I can do is, I can just pass on whatever I can. Say I am on the phone, I can give instructions. But
Absolutely.
again, I cannot avoid that life experience, so I know that he has to face that. So in
True.
that case also, as a parent, whatever I can give, I will try my best. But sometimes I have to leave something to his experience and his judgment as well.
Absolutely, because we cannot control even after they go through, and I'm just using analogy of a driver training because we can easily relate to it. Even after the training, who can here guarantee that that person, including us, will never face an accident? There's always, that's the whole reason why each one of us have an auto insurance, right? How many of you have success insurance? Empowering with life skills is what is success insurance. That, because auto insurance will only help after the damage is done, after your car is totaled, that's when you'll get the money. But if you empower your child early on, there's a high possibility it will prevent the accident from happening. And if and when the accident happens, the child who is now probably an adult or even as a child is equipped how to handle that. That doesn't mean they'll never face wrong situations or they will never do mistakes. It depends like how much the damage will be. If you have a life jacket and you're thrown in a water, it's not the best experience, but you'll survive. So life skills is like a life jacket. How can I give my child a life jacket to face the world? Because I don't have power to control the world that my child will never face wrong things. Then I'm fooling myself like, okay, if my child goes to Stanford, they'll never have. No, come on. But if my child is equipped, have a life jacket, can save themselves. Yeah, they will have issues. They will face problems. They'll pay the price. The difference will be how much price are they paying. And that's all we can do as parents. And the more aware we are, its bottom line is awareness, then learning, then educating ourselves, and being able to provide that platform to our child. So before we end this call, I would again like to remind, like, I'll put it out on the group also. Take a minute now, just a minute, to what was your takeaway from today? So that you are not thinking of it, tomorrow or later. Any other questions before we conclude this week's call?
Yeah, you said you're going to introduce the workshop.
I will. I'll bring it more details, Sarika, for tomorrow. But this time, I guess with seeing these missing kids, it was so much on my mind, and it kept popping. And I thought this is more important to handle. But I'll share more things. So what Sarika is talking, and few of you have reached out to me personally. Fun Shop is the program that I offer kids to empower all these life skills, starting from self esteem, accountability, decision making, time management, learning to say no, handling peer pressure. And I'll cover all that in my next session to share what information can your child learn and what has been there. Yes, Ashish.
I have one question on
Yes,
based on
sir.
what you talk. So when you say from denial to acceptance, right?
Hmm.
Like, I mean, which is it's like a 180-degree shift in the brain, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously. So if I understand what you're saying is that, I mean, accept the reality. I mean, and you give the worst case scenario to make us very fearful also that one
Yeah.
day your child
Right.
will jump in on the Hudson River or some, I mean, or will run away or leave your home one day, right? Accept that reality,
Yeah.
which is very fearful, state to accept, right?
Right.
And obviously, I as a parent don't think that that will ever happen to me. And you mentioned that we live in denial.
Yeah.
So, I mean, my question really is that accepting that child, your own child will really crumble to that level
Hmm.
it seems like my brain cannot process that, right? To be
Understand.
honest, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And why are you suggesting that we should we should really accept that one day it will happen to your child? Isn't that a negative way to think that, because law of attraction, according to whatever is in your head, will actually manifest also, right?
Hmm.
I mean, unless you do it every day, right? But
Hmm.
I think is there a better dose to think about, like, I mean, yeah, I get all the good points that you're suggesting, that
Right.
keep preparing it, so that
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
always ready, nothing happens like that. But one day a burst may happen where this thing can happen from nowhere, right? I,
True.
it's happened, but like I'm just saying, this from denial to acceptance is all, I mean, it's a 180-degree shift, right? It's
Right.
almost like
Yeah.
doesn't seem feasible. So I'm asking,
Yeah.
my question is, what is the other medicine here, or other
Yeah.
way to get around it?
Yeah. So I would say instead of 180, it's actually probably Ashish in some cases, might be a 360-degree change. Let me ask you, we are all students of law of attraction, right? Manifestation. Do you still have your auto insurance or have you canceled it?
No, I keep it because it's needed, right? It's a state law
Why?
also, right?
No. Okay. But why? Can't we manifest and believe that I will never have an accident? And I can do Ho'oponopono and NLP on me and all the other drivers driving on my freeway. And I'm saying this because we all understand this language. There is a place for this. That does, and even Mitesh and Indu says that this is how we equip ourselves, but we also face reality. What's real? When I'm saying, do you think all these missing things report we saw, and we saw the dates 25th Jan, 28th Jan, 30th Jan, 2 days back? There's a possibility we might say, oh, my family background is so good. I raise my kids with so much love. Maybe those people, just because of the color, they might not have had the best home. I have a lot of personal stories to share, Ashish, from my clients and community. I never take names, but I share stories because stories are important. A mother catching her 16-year-old son watching porn in a room with parents like you and me and families like ours. The child, the girl child, throwing a fist and breaking the wall. That child is shy, introvert, quiet. She's my student when she was there in middle school. So it's up to us, Ashish, if we accept or not. It's not negative. Every coin has two sides, duality, right? Positive and negative. Because I don't have the courage right now in this moment to face the negative thing. So I avoid. I want to, focus on positive and call myself an optimistic person. It's good to be optimistic, but it's better to be prepared for worst. Because when things happen, it's not giving us advance notice. I know personally a student studying in UC Davis back in California, and this person visited his friend in UC Berkeley. They were having some party, and I interacted with his sister, so I know this personal case. This is few years back, more than 10 years back. And the kids were drinking. This child from UC Davis who was visiting friend in UC Berkeley, all these are very high-end schools. Because of over drinking or what all happened, he died on the floor and everybody was so drunk they went back to their room and next day morning he was found dead on the thing. This is a Punjabi family from Bay Area. Lost their only son. He has an elder sister who was creating awareness. So it can happen to any one of us. And it's not like that child wasn't aware about alcohol or how much to take. Things happen. The more we can equip. So the first step I would say is, Ashish, is don't look at it as negative. Because when you're thinking it's negative, immediately your fear will pop up. And your brain will think, I don't want to think because what if it happens? It's not what if it happens. It's about when it happens, am I ready to handle it? Is my child ready to handle it? And I don't know how many parents are here whose kids might have probably gone out for college and all. Their fear level is completely different than any parent whose child is still at home can even imagine. The biggest concern parents have is my child is not telling me anything, and they won't. Not because you're not a good parent, because they are exploring themselves. They also know, just like we know our kids know us. What's okay with us, what's not okay. They'll only tell us things that they know and think that we'll be okay with. Like Sarika, what your concern was that you saw the history because he's with you.
Yeah.
7 years down the road, do you have the even control to see the history?
No.
Right? So
No.
we don't know what we don't know. And
Mhm.
we will never know. So accepting reality that I may never know what's actually happening.
I still feel that I don't know so many things.
And you're right. You don't. And you will not know.
Yeah.
So accepting that it's okay that my Our expectation is my child should report me every minute what's happening, what they're feeling, what they're going, highs and lows, and I'm such a wonderful parent. 9 out of 10 times we won't know. While working with kids, I've realized, 90% of the things the parents are not even aware. So when I work as a team, I always believe in a teamwork when I'm working with a child and parent. It's a teamwork between parents, me, and the child. Many times I inform the parents, hey, this is what is happening.
Mhm.
But you're not supposed to confront the child because then that will break the trust between me. And I'm only sharing because it's a child, it's a minor, and you as parent needs to know. But we are doing it so we can empower the child because it takes a hell lot of effort for me to build that trust with the child. And my intention as a coach is just to empower them, help them. I tell them I'm not your mother, not trying to be one.
Yeah, totally agree with you because in college life will be totally different. I can feel that because my niece, she is in college. She gone through a lot and then she was not able to share with her parents. But I talked to her because I went through the college, so I know how things work. So I talked to her and then she opened up with me. And then I thought I should share, but I asked her, she said no. I said, okay, things will be stay with me, but I'm with her. At least she shared with me. It was good. But again, yeah, thousand things happen in their life and we don't even know. And now I think how can I prevent this happening with my child? Because he's definitely not going to share with me.
Yeah. It's scary. And your niece is blessed because she had you.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
Ashish. No, go
okay.
ahead, Sarika. You finish and then we'll hear
Yeah,
what.
so I just want to add one example from my real life that my son this year he went through something from his friend in school. I talked to him. He shared a little bit that his friend he's not passing the ball while playing the basketball, and he's feeling bad. And now he's out of the team. He completely changed playing with them to just sitting in the library and doing his homework and completely cut off. And cut off mean I feel like in a way he's punishing himself because the time he used to spend playing, now he's spending in the library. And after he just let tell me a little bit of things, I told him okay how we can work on this as per my understanding knowledge what I have, but that didn't help. And then he found his own way, and then I realized that I have my self-help books. Then he took one book and then he started reading, and that book was Can't Hurt Me.
Right.
When he started reading that, then I talked to him.
Yeah. Because then he had evolved to be willing to talk and discuss.
Yes.
So the communication is always, it's not the language. The language is at what level we are so that when we talk, they understand. And when they're talking, and communication is not just verbal, it's non-verbal. It's the
Non-verbal.
behavior, it's the what, for us to, so it's constant evolving process.
Yeah, being parent, we think, okay, earning money and doing
Yeah.
everything for them, it's enough. No, we have to take a time and observe their behavior, what they are doing, what their interests are, so that can help us to think. Because that book he was reading then make me feel that okay, something he's going on.
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
he's reading that book.
And you would have never known when you purchased that book what it can do, how much power it can have.
Yeah.
And that's what I say when I say as a farmer we have to keep sowing seeds, we have to keep nurturing, hoping that it will bring the right fruits that we hope for. Many times as human beings we want the guarantee, the confirmation. Okay, if I do this, where is the return?
Yeah.
You don't know. You're sowing seeds, you can't see the fruit until you nurture it over a long period of time.
So, for the like fear of Ashish, how I take it those news because I have also gone through these kind of news and sometimes it hurt me a lot. And I gone through a lot by these one of the news last time and Nitesh sir helped me that time. Um, but how I take it? okay, how can I make sure that my child is sharing things? How can I make sure that this if something happened, then how my child is prepared and how can I prevent that? Because yes, it can happen with anyone. So that's how I take it. Okay, I'll take that as a lesson and try to make myself be ready so that my child will not do something like that. And if happen, it happened, that I cannot do anything. I cannot have 100% surety. Um, yeah, that's my experience.
Thanks, Sarika. Yes, Ashish.
Thanks, Sarika. Thanks for sharing. I'm also learning by through your sharing. So by anyway, I raised the hand for the next question. I mean, it's basically based on what you talked about, Rashmi. Was see, you mentioned, and I'm not able to settle this thing in my head, just like the denial versus acceptance question.
Sure.
So you mentioned that you know whenever we say to the child, either verbally or non-verbally, that देखो हमारे पास कुछ भी नहीं था, like I
Mm.
mean whatever I have, I'm my parents did not provide all these facilities and I'm
Yeah.
providing it to you. And actually, to be honestly, I have been living this my life. And actually, to be honest, like my own parents, my own mom, she always provided the best that she was not having, right? So I mean, and actually this is like the lives, whether you speak to the child or not, don't speak, but this
Yeah.
is a life which, in my opinion, every parent lives, that they always desire to provide to their child what they didn't get from their parents, and that is
Mm.
how generation improves. I mean, that is how somebody who is socially oppressed becomes, the class improves like that over
Yeah.
100 years, like that. That is the way people live. But now
Right.
what I'm hearing is a counter argument from your side, is that vibe of saying that, "No, what you didn't have, I'm providing it to you," is it
Mm.
blocks the child's development, and it's not okay and negative. I'm not able to understand. First of all, did I get it? I mean, this is what I understood. Maybe I got it wrong, but if what I understood is correct, then why is it incorrect? Right? That's what my question is.
So let me understand. Are you saying that you got an impression that I'm saying don't tell your child that I'm providing you all that? Is that the impression you got?
Yeah, what I got that is that, like, when when you are saying that, hey, I'm providing you everything that I did not get,
Hmm.
actually the child is resisting that, right? A child
Hmm. Hmm.
is that is what I
Yeah.
understood.
Yeah.
That is actually not
True.
landing in a healthy way on the child.
Gotcha. Understand.
And in my opinion, it landed a healthy way when I became adult. I even today I appreciate my parents, that no,
Right.
they
Yeah.
did their best, and that
True.
is why I have the gratitude towards them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I cannot have the resources of a president, but
Absolutely. No, I
whatever
understand your
resource, yeah,
question.
yeah.
So
So
let me try to answer this. So it's it's about the age, the situation, the timing. You probably we all realized it more after becoming an adult than what we realized at 10, 12, or 15, right? That time we were not aware. And right now, it's not about whether we should share or not. We should share. It's about how we share. Because what happens is when we try to share, when we are not trained, Ashish, we share and they say, stop lecturing me. So our intention is not landing where we want it to land. And for that, we have to learn the art of parenting so we can communicate everything to them and it lands with them. Even if they don't acknowledge, it goes as if the water, how we water the seeds. So it stays with them and they are able to use it as and when they need. So I'm not saying don't tell them, because if you won't tell them, who will? There are only two people in a child's life, a mother and a father, who genuinely cares. But what the reason there are issues is the way we tell, how much we tell. It's the art. How much do I tell? How do I tell? Do I have a measure to see if it's landing correctly or not? Because that's the whole purpose, right, Ashish? And when it's a mishit and it starts blocking, and as the child grows, they mentally start blocking parents. We don't even get to see because it's a words we are saying and there's no physical presence. That's why sometimes we use the physical analogies. But if we can learn the art of talking, it goes with them and it stays with them. And we might, if we are lucky enough to see the reflection of that. One example, for a long time, I have lived with this principle. I always say it's my common dialogue in my home. Nothing good happens after 8 p.m. What I meant was, and my family knew, like, there's no point in going out in the night and all. Nothing good happens. Things can go wrong. There's a high possibility of, if you're driving or whatever. In last 1 month, I heard my son on social media, he was talking about to his community about his daily routine and all. He's like, yeah, there was a time I would sleep at 10 o'clock because nothing good happens after 10 p.m. Like, my dialogue is coming back. So I didn't know all the life when I was saying, but somewhere because I believed I was saying it, it passed on. And my whole thought, and then he following it and bringing it out. So does that help, Ashish? That it's not that we should not tell, it's how.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so I misunderstood it. Thanks for clarifying
No,
that.
I'm glad you brought it up because sometimes when I'm talking, I'm thinking it's landing. See, it didn't land correctly between you and me. So imagine what
No,
happens
no,
with
it's
our
my
child.
fault. It's not your side.
It's no,
Other
no, no,
people
no,
got it.
no. I take full responsibility, Ashish. Don't say it's your fault. You understood from how what you knew. Beautiful. Let's talk on this more. Neither Ashish is wrong nor Rashmi is wrong. We are both right from our point of view. Something was communicated. Ashish received it the way he knew where he is. And Rashmi spoke from where she is because sometimes when if I know something, I'm seeing from my lens. You gave me an opportunity to see from your lens so we both could fill the gap and build a bridge so we understand each other. Does that make sense, Ashish? This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
exact.
100%. And somebody sent a heart symbol, so I
Thanks,
completely.
Shamik.
Yes, this was perfect. And Rashmi, not only Ashish, not only here, everywhere, right? In life, if we just
Yeah,
understand this, so many
right.
miscommunications would dissolve.
Yeah, yeah. So the only control I have is over myself. How can I learn this art of parenting? That still doesn't guarantee anything, but at least then I live regret-free life. I don't go 10 years down. Oh, I wish I would have learned these things early. Yes, Arya. I'm so sorry to keep you waiting for so long.
It's okay. What Afi said, what I understood, no, what I don't know, maybe this is the input. Before we will come to the kids and all, it's very important for a parents to to understand the tools and as a parenting, what Rashmi said, as we are very lucky because we are from the IMK and we have all the tools. I think we have to master those tools in such a way because when Ashi said, ki it is a possible that it is possible but how we taking the fear and the death same time that we have learned it and we have to master it every day you we are not a god to predict the life, right? But we have the tools to understand that, so that needs to be mastered as a parent. Because why I'm telling you, because as Rashmi said, we have to take our child to those thing through the mastery classes and all. I have taken one only once when she was 13 to the Mitesh I meetup thing, and that day I have seen a different girl where I have not made her to sit next to me and do all that. I said, it's your freedom, go somewhere else. And she told me, I don't want to sit with you because you will give me this point. I want to sit with different people. And she sat with the different people. End of the day, when we at home, 11 o'clock, she gave me the input. So what I'm trying to say here, as before going to the child, saying that, ki tumko ye karna, ye karna, ye karna, why can't as a parent, we learn first and do it? And then we pass because the child will see us only end of the day. As Ashmi says, no, I have to keep on telling them. You can't imagine Ashmi till now. She is 17. Every day, my own conversation, my voice is always loud to say that तुमने ये नहीं किया, तुमने ये नहीं किया, तुमने ये नहीं किया, तुमने ये नहीं किया, तुमने ये नहीं किया. But It's we have to. No other option. Option in the sense, if we say that keep on, you can, right, today they are not doing, 10 days down the time we are not doing, but 11th day I promise they will doing it. Because I have seen this. So parents' job never end, but only thing is that parents has to upgrade themselves. Very important. Before going to child.
And as a parent, I call it magical parenting. That's my mission. That's my platinum standards. What is magical parenting? When I'm not running after my child, but I'm magnetically attracting my child. Just have a small thing to share. I happen to find it. I just uploaded it here. And this is what I mean when I say magical. Can you guys see my screen? That's my biggest takeaway as a mother. And I'm thankful that, occasionally I receive that.
How beautiful. Congratulations, Rashmi. This is like a dream
Thank
come true, right?
Yeah. So, that's what I believe, like, magical, like magnetic, not magical is next step after magnetic, but magnetic parenting is where my child feels it. I can't demand this. I can't ask for it. I can't pay for it. There are times, and it can only happen how we walk our talk. And that's what my standard is like. That's what I want to be. So in my mind, that's a trillionaire because the reason I'm saying trillionaire because that's all the numbers I know. I don't know what's after trillionaire, but I feel unlimited, infinite, a sense of pride and happiness and zero guilt as a mother. And it's just by learning things. And each one of us can have that. And that's my mission of life, that each one of us can have that. But the parent has to be willing. Any other question before we conclude today?
I wanted to help you. After trillion comes quadrillion. So
Thank
maybe.
you, sir. That's Ashish. And for me, so this is magnetic parenting, what my standards are. And magical parenting is long after I'm gone, if I can have a place in my child's heart, exactly like what my parents did with me, or how I carry my parents in my heart every single day. That's magical. Both my kids know about my dad, though he passed away in 1993, because I carry him in my heart. And I was able to pass on. And that's my hope long after I'm gone. If I do my job as a mother right, hopefully, I won't be there to see. Hopefully, my child will be able to learn from my good, bad, ugly, the good things I did, the wrong things, the mistakes I made, the wrong things I did, accepted them, worked on them, transformed my life. Not just gave them the fundas how to be good, but walked my talk. That's my mission in this life right now. And thank you, each one of you, for being part of this community. Because there's a high possibility of rebuilding a strong parenting, not just parenting, happy parenting, raising empowered young adults who will carry our legacy further. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, you too, for taking that much time and empowering us for handle all the situations. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Rashmi.
You're most welcome. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much, Rashmi.
Thank you so much, Rashmi. This is a big
Thank
time commitment and
you.
really gratitude for everything you do.
I appreciate it because that's what my goal is, It's just we don't know what we don't know. When we know better, we do better.
Thank you, Rashmi. It was awesome.
I'll put this out there. I'll put the message. Please share your takeaways and we'll make it more, keep on going and, building a stronger parenting community. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you. Have a nice day. Love you
You too.
all.
Thank
Love
you.
you
Yeah,
all.
bye.
Have a good one. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Rashmi, can you wait for 2 minutes, please?
What I'll do is I'll connect after this, so because this is a recording, and I'll connect with you right away. Okay?